I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Heroes Wanted. Tonight, we are rejoining the party after they had met some new people who had been hunting the vampire that they once knew as their ally Soggy. And so together they joined forces, and Soggy, along with some kobolds who he had turned into his very own personal vampire spawn, brought a thundering torrent of rain down upon the hills and valleys where the tower of the hobgoblins and goblins, where the party is located. And this torrential downpour just blocked them in and forced them to try to confront Soggy from the safety of the tower. Soggy assaulted the tower, but at the last moment, they were able to stop him and turn him into vampiric mist, who disappeared. And as Soggy's vampiric mist, dissipated, the rest of the kobold vampire spawn fled and ran for their undeath. I guess you would call it life. You'd call it undeath. They ran for their undeath, and now the party is still experiencing this rain as they rest and recuperate from this loss. But they have a moment now to discuss amongst themselves what just happened and what's going on. However, in the chaos and ensuing melee and all the vampires running, the bard appears to have disappeared. Whether he is hiding or was taken in battle, or what happened, you guys are not really sure. He was there, and now he's not. And so as you look around, you see that the bard is gone, and Renwick, that was your companion, but we're not like soul brothers to where you're like, oh my god, I have to go off looking for him. But at the same time, like, you do take note of the fact that your traveling companion has disappeared, and the rest of you are like, hey, wasn't there 2 new guys? Now there's just this guy in a pilgrim hat.
Lalon just sort of sighing to himself after this sort of encounter says, "So close." Then he had to disappear into the fog.
I think I have had enough of this rain. Anyone else?
That was terrible. Hopefully he will not return shortly.
Rain or shine makes no difference to me, but this rain is oppressive, that's for sure.
I will cast this. I will prepare and cast the spell Dawn. I'm like way, way up in the sky, so you don't get burnt.
As Nova dons her angelic likeness and glowing Tyrael-like wings flow out from her, and she flies up into the sky. She says a prayer to Pelor that, of course, none of you can hear because she's up in the sky. But as a final lightning bolt cracks down, nearby, and the thunder booms and deafens the entire valley, a cloud breaks in the sky, and a stream of light shines down. You're only able to break the spell of Soggy's oppressive rain for the immediate surrounding area, but it's enough to where, so now there's rain all around, but your, immediate tower and surrounding area has the sun just shining, and the clouds part around it like water off the bow of a ship.
Lothar stares at the light and goes and stands under it in amazement. He's not sure he's ever seen anything quite like that before.
I look up in appreciation and go to check on my companion, the metal beast.
Ah, yes, your Iron Defender is sitting, wagging its tail, just waiting, for you to come and give it a command. But for everyone else, yes, indeed, you see this sun, and everything just begins to dry. And I mean, it's like, I like the rain, so don't get it wrong, but it's that thing where when you're wet and damp, and it just kind of can get to you sometimes, and having the sun shine down and start to dry everything just feels better. Plus, it's been dark under these stormy clouds for a few days, and it, vitamin D and whatnot, it just feels good to have the sun shining.
Did everything go away, or just there's just like this kind of beam of light coming down?
Yeah, so like, I don't mean to describe it as just like a beam, but it's like that thing where there's like one part of the city that is not being rained on, but there's clouds everywhere else just pouring down rain. But like, one park is just like, oh, there's sun shining. It's like that, to where it creates a break in the clouds, but just at that point, and then it's kind of like a fixed point as well, to where the clouds continue to roll and roil around you, but wherever they touch the outer limits of Nova's spell, it parts like an icebreaker.
Mechanics wise, the difference between what I cast, the spell Dawn, compared to sunlight, is sunlight is magic, but not actually daylight. I just brought up the sun, but in a very localized manner. You know, for the hopes and everything. Morale, yay.
Yeah, no, exactly, and it does in fact have a positive impact on all of you. For the first night in a while, everybody is able to get full restful sleep and all of that without the constant paranoia, and it boosts your morale so much so that everybody gets a point of inspiration.
So did we rest, or are we healed back up, or are we still hurt from the battle?
Well, I haven't applied it just yet because I'm making sure that I give you guys an opportunity to say, no, wait, Dungeon Master, we want to take off running from here before we get a full night's rest and everything, you know, because I never know what crazy things PCs are going to do. You know, I'm making sure that I leave your options open by not already locking you into the long rest. But I said that because, yes, indeed, if you want to say we take a long rest, it will be the next morning. So
I would like to do that. I don't know what the rest of the group thinks.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Good a place as any to hold out?
With it.
all right, so then we go ahead and apply the long rest as you guys, exhausted from your battle, you know, eventually rest. And Hazard, I know after Quillan's ordeal, you have something to say about how he turns in. So
Yeah, he just flops onto the sofa.
yeah, at the front of the tower there, you make your way back.
Yes.
So you all said that this small vampire of doom is your friend? Is that correct?
Yes. Formed by Vithansis' curse.
Actually, he is incredibly important to us, not necessarily just our friend, though he is, of course, close to us. I was once imprisoned by the Santos, and a man came from another time who told us the importance of Sagi. He claimed that there were many timelines, and in every timeline there was a Vasanta, and there was a Sagi trying to oppose him, even if no one else were. I don't know exactly his role, but it would appear that he is immensely important to our endeavor.
I can't say as I've heard of someone being turned back from being a vampire. Is this possible in this world?
Perhaps we know he's close. Perhaps we can capture him and lure in as master.
I
Or
feel
it's quite
like
difficult.
I don't
And as far
feel
as turning him, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if killing Vithansis will bring Soggy back to his mortal self, but there must be something to help cure his vampirism.
Can I make
Vampires are not werewolves.
Can I make a Arcana roll or some other sort of with a knowledge religion? Does that work, or something like that, to see if there's some sort of knowledge about this?
You can roll religion to see what you know about this, but like I don't know what their, you know, intent to like disclose to you is, but like they've already discussed all of this with somebody very powerful, so like they can tell you stuff that they're like not saying right now.
That's fine. I just was gonna roll on my own.
Yeah, you can go ahead and
I pull
roll
out
your...
I pull out a small gem, and in my hand the gem glows a brilliant golden light. It's not very powerful, as in like it doesn't shed a bright light or anything, but it is something inherently divine about it, and almost like anyone would be able to tell that from just a parent. Um, Nova says this is the sun gem, one of many, but very rare. They exist across the cosmos. This is a part of the first sun created by Palor himself. With this, many things are possible, and I believe we may be able to use this to restore him as I was once restored.
I see.
Are there more of those around?
They're incredibly rare.
So don't expect to find them in the grasses.
Does Visanthus want that?
Visanthus wants the Sunblade, which is currently being guarded by a gold dragon who runs the Church of Palor, the biggest Church of Palor in the world, is run by a gold dragon, and they gave the Sunblade to him for safekeeping. That's what Visanthus wants more than anything.
Whatever we do, I think it's unwise to stay here. If Soggy knows where we're at, it's likely his master knows too.
Agreed.
Well, I will
But
assist
there is
you.
one more thing about the Sunblade that's important. He apparently needs me in order to be able to reconstitute its power. If he wishes to put a curse upon it, but in order for that to happen, it needs to be reactivated. Currently, it is without power. And I agree, we should probably be.
Understood.
Would Soggy have known you were searching for the portal?
No, not necessarily. He was pretty far gone into his vampiric crazy transformation during the time when you guys would have been discussing any possibility of a portal the first time around, and then the second time around he was already gone. So
Perhaps we should carry on to the portal, but we have to watch our backs on the way.
well, there's not necessarily a portal. You guys are at the tower where they thought there might be a portal.
And we haven't found said portal.
Correct.
Yes, but there is a stairway that we've yet to climb.
Okay, let's do that.
Yes, in the throne room. And speaking of which, we made sure to collect the stuff, right?
Hazard, as I said to you guys the last time, you searched the tower.
Yeah, so the portal's not here, pretty much, right?
Right.
There's no place we haven't searched.
Right. And before anybody goes and thinks that I'm pulling the rug out or pulling the football away as you go to kick it, this happens sometimes where players assume certain things and then run with that when I never confirmed anything. I just said that
You did tell us that there was magic. Maybe.
There was magic.
Maybe Legend of Portal. Maybe.
Right. That's what I'm saying is at no point did I say if you go here there will be a portal, and I said that there was rumored to be a wizard's tower, which the fact that there was even a tower, you guys found that, so the rumor turned out to be true, but what was there,
no problem.
and what has been looted and all that, that's just how it is. Well, I wanted to be clear because it happens a little bit more frequently in this campaign than in some of the others, but it happens in all of the campaigns, to where, like, as a DM, if I tell you no, there's no portal there, then, like, you won't go there and adventure. But I'm also never going to say, yes, there is a portal there, and then pull the rug out from under you. So instead, what I tend to do is exactly as Sage was just saying. I'll say, okay, there's a rumor that there's a wizard's tower. It is possible that they have magic such as teleportation, but whether or not the tower even exists, you will have to go there and find out. And so that's where they were left at with that. And Hazard, I know that you want so badly for there to be a portal. You know, I get that on the map there is a stairway leading down. I didn't really plan on having a big dungeon crawl right here. If
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. If what you guys want more than anything right now is a dungeon crawl, we will go down into a dungeon. And
it's very, very kind.
You know, but that was not the overall intention. So, you know, just to make sure, until the dungeon master says that there's a stairway leading down into a lower part of the dungeon, don't just, you know, tell the rest of the characters that, hey, there's a stairway going down here, because, you know.
I'm sorry. I think that was a disillusion for us all. Sorry.
It happens with maps like that. You know, it's hard to get a perfect map where, like, everything is exactly the way that you would have it in your world. And so sometimes there's things on a map where it's like, oh, is there actually this here? And it's like, well, nah, not really. So, just to be clear,
okay,
there could be a dungeon here if everybody unanimously says, like, yeah, we just want to break from this whole vampire thing, and we just want to go do a dungeon crawl real quick. Like, we can do that. I'm capable of having that be what's here, but that was not the plan. There is, you know, forward momentum for the vampire plot and all of that, if you guys wish to go pursue that. So
I'm all for kicking the plot where it naturally goes, and if the stairs are clogged, I'm happy with that. Whatever.
Actually, I had an idea. Since this tower is effectively empty, make it our headquarters?
Is the tower standing and incomplete? I was under the impression it had fallen over or something. I must have misinterpreted what I'm seeing.
Oh, it has definitely fallen over. Here, I'll pull it back up so that you guys can see the.
And we are inside of the fallen down section that's lying on its side, correct?
Yes. And well, the part that's not lying on its side is just the absolute foundation base. Like, there's not even a room there, you know.
Well, I, for one, would certainly be willing to help you restore your friend if it brings less evil to this land. And if you all choose to stay here as your headquarters, we know at least it keeps the rain off our head.
That does seem like a proper strategy.
Do we have any way to secure it when we are not here?
Well, we would definitely need to put in some elbow to make it more comfortable. Habitable, but I mean, from what we can see already, it's easily defendable. How long is square within land outside of what is owned by the Santas, and there would not be too many things trying to attack us. It would be nice in order to have a place that we could go to if we needed to.
I don't see as we need any serious supplies. Simply a place to rest. And we can guard each other as needed.
And to be honest, without much here to defend, we shouldn't need to spend too much effort on securing. Well, securing what, really? So using this as a base when we're in the area seems totally reasonable to me.
I forgot to do it before we went to sleep, but I'm gonna cast Goodberry now. If you forget, you forget. People forget. So I'm going to cast Goodberry and hand out one to everyone. Here you all are. These will help nourish you for the day. And should you need, revive you a bit.
As your pioneering photographic film, we made it our mission to help change the world. In healthcare, our imaging
DM.
expertise and AI technology.
I'm going to need you to make a judgment call. I looked this up a time or two ago, and there was inconclusive. I found inconclusive results. Apparently, there has been something of a debate for quite a long time as to whether or not Beacon of Hope augments Goodberry. If it does, when?
No, it does not.
Okay.
And Hazard, please let Renwick finish handing out the good berries and then have Quillan react. Even if he reacts in the middle of Renwick handing out the good berries, let the player finish what they're doing and then you step in and react, okay?
Understood.
I was finished. Everyone can take one from my hand.
And so do you all then take one of the good berries that Renwick is offering?
Yes.
I do.
And
Yes.
he thanks Renwick.
And my character, being the nice guy he is, Quillan says, thanks to you, Renwick.
And if I'm correct, GM, everyone is nourished for the day.
Yes. Goodberry provides all of the nutrients a growing body needs in order to stay strong for one day of active adventuring and murder hoboing.
Also good after a night of sleeping in a broken tower and rain, but at least the sunshine and the food will make us warm.
Correct. And so, with your bellies full and the sun shining, at least in the immediate area, thanks to Nova's spell, and everybody in a much, better, more inspired mood, you guys, now have the idea in mind to make this tower into a more permanent base of operations. And so as you are, going about discussing these plans, obviously I like to give you guys plenty of rope to hang yourselves with. No, plenty of leeway as players to decide exactly what it is that you want to do on your own. However, I realize that in your real world, lives, you might not have as much experience with medieval dungeonry and stonemasonry and securing a location like this against magical monsters and all of that as your characters might. And so if you guys actually have actual things that you want to bring up as far as like, oh, we want to do this or we want to do that. That's all well and good. It's also perfectly acceptable to say, well, Lothar has been living alone in the hills for a long time and would know what sorts of creatures and all of that are around here. So can I roll a survival check in order to know what kinds of defenses would be appropriate to ward off the creatures in this area? And that is, perfectly logical and acceptable as well. So,
Well, there is only one way in currently, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
although the vampires did like kind of tear through some of the walls, so there might be some new ways in. You guys might have to go and inspect where the vampires got in. Although they are vampire kobolds, so it's possible that it's a very minor breach.
Yeah, I'll do a survival check to see what types of creatures are in the area.
I'll patch up the holes with the wood I've collected from the body snatcher.
And I'm pretty good at survival, so if somebody would like to assist me, advantage on that could be really useful.
Let's say that Lothar. Well, no, let's not say that Lothar. Lothar's character can say what Lothar does. Lothar, would you like to assist Lorathir? Now, here's where I don't step in and enforce xenophobia amongst the races, but do remember, Lorathir is half elven or elven, half elven. I'm
fully
sorry.
elven.
Fully elven. I'm so sorry. And Lothar is half orc. So there would be animosity between your races to an extent, and that doesn't mean that you guys have to have animosity between your characters, but it's a good story beat for, if you guys do decide to work together. Is there, a bit of a moment of like tension, or is it more of one of those feel good after school moments where the half orc and the elf hold hands and skip off into the woods to go roll survival checks?
I think Lothar would have seen his skills in battle and sees them as useful, but still might be weary, but recognizes that he can help. So I think that's where he would stand. So I think the check is to help him.
And I am not one to judge a book by its cover or a person by their ancestry. So, having fought by Lothar's side, I feel perfectly comfortable working with him on this small project.
One second. So you guys go out and do that. Go ahead and roll your survival check with advantage. But what were you going to say then, Sage?
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyone?
Or not Sage. What were you going to say?
I was going to give them some advice, as I happen to be very good at it, and thereby be casting guidance upon them so that they can get a D4 bonus each on their rolls.
Ah, perfect. So, Lorathir, go ahead and roll one extra D4. Oh, I'm sorry, roll two extra D4s, because you'd have... No, it's just one D4. You roll the two D20s, but only one D4. Yep. All right, so a total of 22 as Renwick gives you guys some words of guidance going out into the woods.
Indeed. Look for the vines. They will help secure your wood better.
And Lothar and Lorathir head out. And as you guys head out, the first thing that you're going to realize is that bit by bit, the rain is pushing back into the area of sun. Soggy is definitely still influencing the weather in this area. aside from just that, you also find that this hilly wooded area is home to just an absolute cornucopia of life. It is home to more mammals and birds and reptiles and insects and all of that than you could begin to catalog. It's worse than the entire index of Pokemon after all of the expansions. You know, whatever they're up to now, 7,000 or whatever. So, you know, to catalog and come back with a definitive list of all of the dangers in this area would be almost impossible. However, there are a few standouts, and with your high roll, you're able to definitely identify some of the most dangerous denizens of this, you know, wooded dale. And so the first and foremost biggest threat in this area is the many drakes and wyverns that live in the caves and hills around here. These dragon-like creatures may not have the power and majesty of a full dragon, but here in this day and age where actual honest-to-goodness dragons are a rare encounter indeed, wyverns and drakes have ascended to that dragon tier category of these are the alpha apex, you know, predators in this area. And so, you know, between the various species of them, those are the most threatening and abundant actual threats here in the hills of Vine Run. However, they are by far not the only threats. For example, there is also large insects of a variety of types. Flying sturges that'll suck your blood and leave you, you know, defenseless and on the ground, to giant beetles and millipedes and centipedes that'll, you know, be as big as the tower. Sometimes can be found here in the forest and hills, and so, you know, they definitely pose a threat, though not as significant of one as the dragon type creatures that live in the area. So, you know, the dragon type creatures, the giant insects, and then from there, you know, everything. Like I said, it would be impossible to give you a full comprehensive list of all of the dangers, but, you know, there's perytons and owl bears and, you know, various nasty creatures of those sorts in the area as well.
Are we back at the tower?
Well, you guys can be. This was your initial scouting mission, so you can say that you're still out scouting and tell me what you still want to do, or you can say that you went back to the tower and we can snap our fingers and doodaloo doodaloo doodaloo, you're right back at the tower.
I said to Lorfair, it looks like we're under a siege by Soggy. We should either fortify or move. I think it's dangerous to do anything other than those two options.
I agree, friend. And it's in my nature to stay mobile in order to fight our opponent rather than give him one place to find and besiege us. But we travel with the party. Let's find out their intentions and see if we can come to some conclusion.
Will do. Let's go back to the group and let them know what we see.
Indeed.
So Lothar goes back to the tower. Lothar.
In the meantime, I would have been working on patching holes, securing the place for the next attack, so to speak.
Oh, absolutely. I was granting that you guys would do whatever minor things you were capable of doing immediately. And also, yes, both Lorathir and Lothar go back to the tower. So, unless one of you says otherwise. So, as you guys are working busily, getting bits of wood and whatnot, put into place to plug any holes, making sure any doorways have, a means of barring them or, something like that. Lorathir and Lothar come back into the tower and, take it away again.
And DM, if I may say so again, I make sure to use the wood I've collected from the recently killed body snatcher.
Okay, well, as you are doing that, let's have the rest of the party see that Quillan is grabbing the wood from the corpse tree that had been creating the podlings, and he wants to use the wood from that to secure the tower.
Lothar turns to him and says, "Put that wood down. Soggy's still sieging us, and he knows where we're at. We either need to be prepared to defend ourselves or we need to move. But we need to make a decision."
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Wood's not going to stop him. You saw them come through the wall, the brick.
Not necessarily slow. To slow something down is a good effort. If you wish to move out, then we can move out. Where are we going to go? What is your plan?
We can continue on our journey, or we need to set a trap because they're eventually going to get here and they know where we're at.
Actually, I can sanctify this place, but it will take me a day to. It would take me at least 2 days in order to prepare the spell. And if I were to do this, 1 second. Undead cannot enter the area. Neither can fiends or even celestials.
Then we should defend it. If you plan to stay here, sanctifying it is the best bet. Then we shall all prepare to defend it while you do take care of this prayers to your sun god, which we are most grateful for.
Do we?
Thank you. You are quite.
It's a good idea, but do you think we have 2 days?
Well, as Lorathir might agree, as he has been with us the longest. There's alright, I gotta say this in layman's because we've been largely nomadic up to this point. Vasanthus has never attacked us in the same place twice, and we have never been in the same place for any measurable amount of time. We've never spent a week at any one spot. Unless we tip our hands and make it known that we are staying here, I, as a player, I wouldn't be able to see a reason as to why they would suspect for us to just set up shop here.
I'd like to look outside and see if the rain is centered on any particular location, or like is the rain centered on Soggy? And if so, do the clouds sort of indicate where he might be?
All you see is the sun shining in your immediate area and then clouds for the rest of the horizon.
In every direction?
The sun might give us away.
Well, actually, if I were to cast the spell Hallow, they would not be able to approach and enter the tower, but I do not know what effects it would have on this weather. If it is expected that this weather formation will continue for some time, and Hallow were to do something as relieve us of this torrent, then it may be a giveaway that that we're still here. However, as I said earlier, we have never stayed in any one place for any measure of time. It would be unlikely that he would find us. But again, there are spells and various magic. We don't exactly know what Visantis has at his disposal. He may be able to find us wherever we are. To be honest, he has been able to very easily, successfully track us. He may be able to know where we are no matter where we go.
He knew we were here.
And if he knows wherever we are,
well, hold up.
Where we are.
I gotta say real quick, we all knew, except for you, and except for you and the new other person. We know that I actually cast a spell and told Soggy where we were, and he came straight to us. And so not only will I say that out of character, but I'll also say that in character. I called him here as an attempt to restore him.
And it wouldn't surprise me if Visantis and Soggy have scouts and other ways to identify and track us. And while it's my normal preference to be mobile, to be difficult to pin down, we may find ourselves in fighting this enemy. We may find ourselves in circumstances where having a defensible location could be the better route. So if we have reason to stay here, and it seems we do, Nova, based on what you've said, and if we don't think we're likely to find anywhere more securable in the area around, this may be our best bet.
Lothar says, if we stay, we fight, and he looks at Quillan.
To be fair, if we stay, we will most likely have to defend the place and ourselves. But if we leave, we will also still have to defend ourselves.
Why are we discussing this long-winded roundabout way of staying or going? Did you not say you wanted to be at headquarters? Do we not we must sanctify it first?
I will prepare, and then I will go. Essentially, what I have to do is I have to actually literally prepare the spell and cast it, and then it has a 24-hour casting time. Hence the 24 hours.
Let's do it, and we should also find any other things that are helpful to defend against undead.
Okay.
I'm not much of a writer, but I could attempt to all right, I can't think of how to say this in character. But, I could copy pages from my holy book, Taylor, and plaster it in places similar to how like a Japanese charm would work. It may not do anything. It could help slightly, but yeah.
Lothar says we'll be outnumbered. We should create a way to funnel them in. Well, we're sanctifying the place. If they do get through, we need a place to funnel them in because we'll be outnumbered, and we have to have a way to turn the tides in our direction. Yeah. Are there like rocks or boulders? I assume because there's like from the fallen tower. Are there things that we could put around the doorways?
Yeah, there are some rocks and things that you could put around the doorways.
Okay, so Lothar goes over to rocks and starts pushing them towards the doorway.
And Lorthier will assist with that effort.
Yeah, so you guys are, trying to pile rocks up in front.
And I shall also help with that.
So as you guys are piling rocks up in front of the doorway and attempting to, secure the tower, what happens is you hear the crackling, rolling thunder as it approaches like a stampede of horses. The thunder builds in intensity. Boom! And just builds until a lightning bolt suddenly strikes right at the tower, blowing a hole in the side of the tower. The rain begins to fall as the clouds cover the sun.
Move to a position where if something comes through the hole, it...
Understood.
I'm ready. Move. Get to positions.
So I'm going to show you real quick on the map where the hole is. So there's like a 10-foot by 10-foot hole in the tower right here.
Okay then.
And I will pull up the cloak of my hood and can I try to hide now even though there's nothing to hide from, or?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Can I roll perception? See what's going on?
Yes, you can roll perception, but you saw already, the lightning struck the tower and now the clouds are moving in.
Okay.
Can the Iron Defender come by me?
Yes, you should be able to just grab it and drag it.
I cannot.
Okay, no problem. You want it there or there?
Is the hole in the side or in the roof?
Kind of like both a little, like it starts on the side but up a little bit, like 5 feet off the ground, and then the curve of the tower kind of puts it to where a little bit of it is overhead too.
I think we need to block one of these entrances, or we're going to have 2 spots to defend from. So.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I think the hole in the ceiling will be more difficult to block, so shall we block the door?
Yeah, good idea.
Unless you can fly through the roof. Can we walk out the hole that's currently been blown into the side?
Yes.
I guess we shall block the door then. And I look at the little device on my wrist and see if anything's coming.
There's nothing coming right now.
Lothar just continues to move rocks over by the doorway.
And go ahead.
Just a quick note. I noticed on my character, not to derail, but my battle ready skill is not being added into my attack.
What do you mean?
Battle ready lets me use a magical weapon, use my intelligence instead of my dexterity for attacking with my magical weapons, i.e. my pistol, and it doesn't have the additional +2 to it for damage or to hit.
All right. And so we need to go here. Okay, intelligence for strength and damage. Got it. Yeah, it's using your intelligence. Intelligence +1. That's what it's using. It wasn't for the damage, though. I got that now. So yeah, is +9 not what you have? Hello?
Sorry, I pushed the talk. 4 for the intelligence, 4 for the proficiency, 2 for the archery skill, and then 1 for the actual gun itself. So somehow +2 is not being added in, either for the archery skill, for whistle weapons, or I'm not sure where it's not being added in. And I have the effect on me, so I'm not sure what I'm screwing up here.
It adds it in when you attack.
Gotcha. No problems. Thanks.
It's not going to show on your actual attack
understood
readout, but when roll the attack, just roll the attack. See?
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Everybody roll for initiative. Okay, initiative is set. One of the vampire spawn comes screaming through the hole in the wall and jumps down in front of Quillan, attacking him. And then attacks him again. Missing. A critical hit as the vampire spawn claws at you, Quillan. You raise your sword arm, but he tears a chunk out of you.
But it's not to say that it didn't do anything. Because he's still standing, and he's waiting for death to come.
That's right. The second vampire spawn jumps down and flanks you. Huh. That's weird. It should have still been targeting you. But it grabs onto you. You are now grappled by the vampire spawn.
Ugh. Damnable spawns!
Lothar.
I have 40 feet of movement, remember? Actually.
You're still slowed from the critical hit that you took from before. That will not go away until you get cured with some kind of restorative, like restoration or something like that.
So what can I move 20 feet or?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll move 20 feet and then I'll throw a spear.
Yeah.
Do I get 2 attacks on spears?
Not when you're throwing them.
Okay, so then I'll just attack once.
If you have extra javelins, you can throw individuals, I guess.
Yeah, I have javelins too. I don't know what's the difference. They both do the same damage.
Sure. So then you could throw a spear and throw a javelin.
Can I do that, Dan?
You need to have the ammo for it, which I'm pretty sure you don't.
Okay. So I can only throw the spear.
I'm looking. Oh, you have 8 javelins. So here you have to set 8 in your ammo. Boom. And then the spear, you only have 1 of. So right, if you throw the spear, you can't throw it again.
Okay, so I'll throw javelins. Ouch. Okay. Well, that'll be my turn.
For some reason, I'm stuck on push to talk. Is there a way of taking that off on your end?
No, that's to keep the background noise down for everybody.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll move to there. I'm going to target a vampire spawn 1. Actually, are you using flanking with missile weapons or just hand to hand?
Just hand to hand.
Okay, then I will open up on him and blast away. Now I have to apply my Dread Stalker to him. Is that correct? And I don't have advantage, so I can't sneak attack him. So
yeah, your Dread Ambusher, you mean?
Yes, Dread Ambusher.
Okay, so
don't forget your Hunter's Mark.
At the start of your first turn of each combat, if you take the attack action, you can make one additional weapon attack. If the attack hits, the target takes an extra 1d8 of damage. So all you have to do is make your regular attack, and if you hit on the first attack, then you apply your extra damage.
Understood.
Just 1 second before you roll that, though, you said that because you didn't have advantage, you couldn't use sneak attack. Does your sneak attack work the same way as a rogue sneak attack?
That's correct.
Because your target is engaged with one of your allies, has one of your allies within 5 feet of it, then sneak attack should also work for you.
Correct.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that as soon as I cleared up the Dread Ambusher thing, but thank you. Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I think I have to. Yeah, I guess I'll start blasting away at him. And if I hit, do I get to do the sneak attack? Is that correct as well? Same way?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, I apologize for interrupting. I just want to remind you, you have Hunter's Mark.
It shouldn't be on still because I would have to take an action to target something, and I don't want to waste that action.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna blast away at him. I want to lose my extra attack right now.
Gotcha.
But you do have Sharpshooter.
Oh yes. So how do I apply that?
That you click the little button right next to Sharpshooter.
Still under the effect of it?
Correct.
So I'm good to go, correct? Time to shoot him in the face?
Nope.
What else am I missing?
You didn't apply Sharpshooter. So the button right next to Sharpshooter under Actions.
Yes.
Click it. There you go.
Oh, I see. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, now I'll shoot him in the face.
Now you shoot him.
So I step forward and blaze away with my pistol.
Bang, bang, bang. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, no. You miss. And so you fire again. And, wow, 2 2s. But you get a third one now? Right? No? Yes? I forget how your build works with this one. You got 1 extra attack, right?
Yes, and that hits.
Okay, now remember, you don't get to apply your Dread Ambusher now. Wait, let me make sure.
I do.
That I read.
I believe I
correctly.
do. Yeah.
If you take the attack action, you can make 1 additional weapon attack as part. If that attack hits, so it is only the last attack that you get to make in order to deal the extra damage. So yeah, hey, the one that counted hit. So now apply your Dread
damage
Ambusher, but let me make sure that I take your Sharpshooter damage off, because you did not apply that to either of the other last 2 attacks. Now, if you wanted to apply that to your last 2 attacks, I'll let you this one time, but in the future, remember that you have to subtract the 5 from the to hit. So you see how it was +6, but then both of the other 2 are +11. So
yes, I see that now. Sorry.
So it's okay, because I'm pretty sure Sharpshooter can apply to every attack.
It can.
Yeah, so if you want to apply it, we're going to leave it on there, but
I'll remember for the future on every attack. Gotcha.
Just because I don't want that to get messed up, okay?
Understood. Will do.
All right.
Okay, so now that I've hit him, I have to roll the damage, and there'll be all the bonuses. And then I roll damage.
Wait, nope. Apply your Dread Ambusher for the damage.
First?
Yep.
Oh, okay, roll a d8 first.
No, you apply the effect. It'll add it to it.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
I got it. Sorry, everyone.
No worries.
Dread Ambusher. There's a effect. Dread Ambusher. Okay.
And now roll the damage. Oh no! Oh. Sneak attack.
So now I apply the sneak attack.
Yes.
And sneak attack. Now roll damage.
Now roll damage.
And then I also apply, what's it called? Are you applying the extra damage for the sharpshooter for me then?
It automatically does.
All right, here we go. Thanks.
The vampire spawn is shot by your bullet, but it doesn't appear to deal as much damage as what you would have wanted. You remember that these foul creatures are resistant to all types of damage, and this, is obviously one of them.
It's a magic bullet. Hello? I'm sorry, it's a magic bullet?
Yep, that's fixed now.
And one other thing, it doesn't look like the sharpshooter damage was applied.
It does not look like that, even though it still says he's got sharpshooter damage 10 ranged on his thing. So I don't understand why that didn't apply. So I'm going to reset that so that hopefully next time when he applies sharpshooter, it just does it right. But either way,
so I then
have to go find this vampire and apply the right damage. So
thank you.
All right, the vampire is shot with your bullet as it tears through the kobold scales. The glowing bullet leaves a glowing hole, and the vampire turns and hisses at you.
With my bonus action, I will send my Iron Defender to attack him. Preferably from the south, so he gets flanking. I was hoping he would be. Wouldn't he get advantage for flanking?
He's not flanking. He just charged in and attacked.
If I can't move, can I move him next time so I can move him underneath?
I'm pretty sure he's not an automaton, right? Like he acts on his own.
I guess so. I give him the commands though on my bonus action.
Right. You commanded him to attack, which he did.
Okay, sure. So he has to be directly across to get flanking?
Correct.
Okay. Good enough for me.
I did fix your pistol, though, so don't forget to end your turn.
Oh. Thank you.
Oh, no worries. Lorithir.
Ah, take that.
I see the two spawn come in, and the one of them that has been hit already, and I target that one for my attack.
I bet you were hoping for one of those sweet like triple criticals or something, huh?
Well, I'm a little confused because it looks like Sharpshooter dropped.
It does look like that. Let me fix that for you.
So I added it back in.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Good catch.
I'm sorry.
Good catch.
Taking a little longer than I hoped.
No.
But so that hits.
I'm setting Sharpshooter to never expire because, like, unless you guys have a specific instance where you don't want to use it, let's just assume that you're going to be using it.
Thank you.
That's what I was thinking too. Thank you.
So I set it to never expire, so it should work now the next time you guys apply it.
Thank you.
Okay, and having unleashed my arrow at the spawn, I will duck behind this stone thing in front of me and attempt to hide again.
Yes, so what happens is your arrow flies towards the vampire spawn, who is already turned and... Hey! Who is already turned and hissing at Renwick, who had shot him, and distracted, your arrow sinks into his spine. He is badly wounded, but of course, as a vampire, he is not paralyzed and crippled and everything. So instead of dropping to the ground or anything like that, he's still standing, but the arrow is sticking right out, and you can see how badly damaged he truly is. Also, sorry if you guys caught me having to yell at my dogs.
No problems.
Just gotta give them the good old discipline.
That's right. Just like with everything in life, every so often you have to put your foot down, let them know you ain't having it.
Yeah, get him what for?
That's right. The what 5 sometimes if it's called for. All right, so the next vampire spawn jumps down, and I'm not trying to pile on you here, Quillan, but you're one of the only targets, and
trust me, I built Quillan on that.
Yeah. So he is unfortunately going to be attacked again, and so the vampire spawn jumps down, and I'm actually gonna come around to this side and attack you. Oh no! And then I hit, and I am going to just deal my claws damage. And the next vampire spawn jumps down and just gets into flanking position on you. And then attacks. And then attacks again. And just to see if I crit. Forgot to roll with advantage there. Their claws tear into you more and more as you feel your bandages coming undone. And the last one. And then I grapple you, which you're already grappled, but I put it on myself in order to... Oh wait, was that the wrong vampire spawn? That was totally the wrong vampire spawn. Okay, so now he has you grappled, and because you're grappled, he tries to bite you. You can feel the vampire's fangs sinking into your flesh and draining you of your life-giving blood. It tears at your very soul.
Quillan, although biting his tongue, sort of smiles a bit as he looks towards the vampire spawn and says, "You think I'm trapped around you? No, you are trapped underneath me! Behold, the cleansing waters of the waterfall!"
Get him, Quillan.
For the love of God, I beg of you to bite him when smite.
He's going to cast Spirit Shroud. And since that's the case, they can't regain hit points, and they are reduced to 10.
Wait. They get a save.
Let me check.
Spirit Shroud only adds damage to the attack, and then the effects tack on. Spirit Guardians is the one that does the area effect.
Yeah, any attack.
But in addition,
extra damage, and any creature of your choice that you can see starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Awesome.
But that is any creature of your choice. That's one creature. And then any creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points. So you have to attack them, with a spell. So you can choose one that has its speed reduced by 10 feet, and then any of them that you attack, you can deal the damage, and then they can't regenerate hit points. But yeah, please don't just apply stuff until I say to.
Understood. Sorry. I'm sorry. Just.
You're fine, Hazard.
Oh, yeah, no, it's totally good. I'm sorry I'm not saying anything. I'm trying to click all this quick. All right. So now, you attack vampire spawn 2 and 3 with your pike, slicing through them, and
it didn't add the radiant damage.
It did not add the radiant damage. It also dealt the same damage to both of them, so you should next time roll that separately. But now it will apply the 1d8 radiant damage correctly and all of that. So give me a second to reset the damages, and then we can do it separately again.
Understood.
And what was the other one? 2 and 3?
Yeah, I was aiming for 3 and 5.
Oh, well, it's 2 and 3 that were targeted. But if you want 3 and 5, I'm fine with that. I really don't care. But again, you need to do them separately, because
I understand.
If you roll the damage at the same time, it's gonna deal the same exact damage to both of them, and that's completely not the way that works. So now you did the radiant damage to them, but I do believe your Spirit Shroud should continue when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you. Any attack you make until the spell ends, concentration up to 1 minute. So I don't know why that went away. Let me check your things here. Alright. So damage 1d8 on the next action. That should not be. Never. Okay. And then go ahead and reapply your radiant damage. And now roll the damage against the other one.
Still forgot to add the radiant.
Did you? Oh, you clicked it, but I changed it only in the one thing. These people, they programmed all of this, but forgot to put in a colon. And so I paid money to have all of these things added, and I got to go through and add the colon to all of it.
How does it poop?
Yeah, not having a colon would be really uncomfortable.
Not to be TMI, but I don't have a colon.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
My stepdad don't have a colon. You like you gotta like, are you like him when he has to use the bathroom like every 20 minutes?
Yep.
And it's like god awful in there?
Yep, it's bad. So, Quillan, please roll 1d8, and I'm just going to add that damage to the... oh, no. Because it's radiant damage, we have to do it again. All right, 13 damage off of Vampire Spawn 3. Oh, my goodness. This is... All right, re-add the Spirit Shroud damage, and then there you go. You don't have to click the concentration one each time.
Understood. Just...
Oh, see, no, you already did have it. I don't know why it didn't apply on that last one, but yeah, it definitely was there because now it just did like a whole bunch of extra damage. I'm going to take away the 3 damage and we're just going to move on.
Indeed. Technology. Anyways, Quillan, summoning the energy of his fallen brethren, envelops his spear in an ethereal wave of sorts, and swipes it at both Spawn 3 and 5, limiting their movement and sort of like reducing their healing capacity.
Yes, and now target both of them and apply the 1 effect, but not the movement. You only get to choose 1 creature to reduce its movement. So you can choose one of them to apply the reduced movement, but the can't regain hit points is for both of them. Nova, what do you do? Are you there, Nova? All right. Well, I guess we will try to figure out what Nova would do. Let's see.
I'm sorry, I'm here. I was in the middle of a discussion with a coworker.
What's up? I get it. It's your turn. Quillan is surrounded by kobold vampires who are climbing all over him and trying to drain his blood.
Is Dawn still in effect?
No. That has been broken.
Broken? Jeez. Okay. Okay, so you have to forgive me. I wasn't exactly paying attention because I thought like everybody left the tower. I didn't know we were like under attack. So can you kind of give me a general overview of what happened? Like, where are we in the tower or outside the tower?
You're in the tower. A hole has been blown in the wall. The vampire spawn are swarming in. Quillan is surrounded. Renwick and Lothar and everybody else are like around the perimeter.
Turn undead.
Okay.
Get out of my tower. All right. How does that work?
Well, we're about to find out.
Okay. I'm a bad boy.
Alright, so these guys do not have the turn resistance of a regular vampire. Duly noted. I just wanted to make sure before I did the turn undead that they didn't have like the +4 or something like that against turn undead. Uh-oh. 3 failures and 2 successes. You have managed to successfully turn 3 of the undead vampiric spawn of Soggy. So they are now frightened.
I will say, I have frightened them. Do not strike the ones that run, or their wills will be dissolved. All right, who needs healing?
I think Quillan's the only one who's hurt.
Okay, I will use how badly do I see? I look at Quillan. How badly is he been getting it?
He's moderately wounded.
Okay, I will use healing word level 3. Level 3 should work. Yeah, go level 3.
Okay. So you want to give him healing word level 3.
Yep. And then that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Quillan, you feel the magical light of Nova's healing inside you, warming you up, and it restores some of your vitality. The vampire spawn are badly wounded, and some of them are frightened, but they are still very much in the fight.
I will say to Quillan, these injuries are insignificant. You are still needed, my friend. Continue on.
Thank you. Thank you, Nova. I shall.
And this vampire spawn runs out the door,
Screaming his head off.
and this vampire spawn had roast beef.
And squealed wee all the way home?
You know it. Oh, I'm sorry. That guy would actually have provoked an attack of opportunity from Quillan as well.
Let's do.
So both of these cool cats can get smacked. Well, no, not both, because you don't.
And
the Iron Defender.
Remember, if you hit them, they will immediately. It will be basically me doing nothing, and they will immediately return to the action economy as if nothing happened. If you don't attack them, they will run, and then you can concentrate fire on the 2 that succeeded.
One of them was almost dead.
That's up to the GM what the Iron Defender does. I mean, do I have a choice if it takes attack of opportunity or not?
No.
Okay.
So do I attack them?
The choice is yours. I cannot force you to do anything or make you do anything.
I only have one, so I'm going to attack the one with the lowest health.
As you strike the vampire spawn as it tries to leave, it lies on the ground dying. It contorts into a hideous rigor mortis pose.
Rigor mortis. But I suppose they're already dead.
And mind you, this is also radiant damage.
I've heard vampires don't like that.
Lorithir, roll perception. Holy cow! You see as Soggy comes sneaking up towards you, but he does not get to just like completely ambush you and surprise you.
Soggy sort of sees that, probably sees Lorithir sees him and sort of thinks to himself, the thirst does not enjoy this.
He grabs you and tries to bite you.
Time to feed!
And I think I
keep your hands to yourself, fish boy.
Yeah, only one of them.
Jerk my neck out of the way.
Yeah, and then he tries to strike you as a final retaliation.
The thirst is more than a fish. The thirst is endless. The thirst shall consume you.
Lothar.
Saw me, I was hidden.
You were hidden in the shadows. That Soggy is like a vampire who already had like shadow powers from before.
Okay. Because I also got 31 on that roll.
No, I know. And if it was anything other than a shadow vampire, if it was like any of the orcs or goblins or anything, they would have had to have rolled and never would have been able to get anywhere near that. But
all good, all good.
Yeah, this is. Is
he trying to like intimidate us?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, he's also got me grappled, right?
Yes, he's grabbed you and is trying to bite you, but you, like you said, you jerked your neck out of the way, and so he struck you with his claws, but he missed because you're an awesome elven soldier.
Lothar sees Soggy attacking his half-elf friend and raises his axe and runs across the room yelling and swings his axe at him.
Yeah, Soggy's here too, shit.
Their attack.
Two 19s.
And that is my turn.
Soggy, the vampire, the thirst, as he calls himself, has taken damage from your axe, but you can see it already healing.
And so just
ready, two sides, sweet chili ginger.
Sage, we're getting a lot of feedback from you, buddy. All right. Sorry. Renwick?
Okay, I will fire at Vampire 5. And now I will fire at him.
Wait, first sharpshooter.
Oh, I thought we had that permanently on.
You got to apply it one time. Now it should stay on.
Okay, first attack. Second attack. All right.
Hold on.
Sure.
See, it's okay, but you still have the archery too. I'm just wondering why it's ending up at +9 exactly, because I thought it should be +6. Keep going. Apply the damage.
Sure.
Yep, see, that didn't apply the damage. All right, hold on. Ah, I see. Is this not counting as a ranged attack, maybe? Nope, you have it set as melee. You set your pistol as melee.
How did I go about that, I wonder?
When you click on this, it changes.
Oh, I see. Okay. So that should fix it for the archery, I guess.
Yes. That'll fix it for everything.
Great, thank you. And I will have the Iron Defender attack Vampire 1.
You get... Oh, no, you don't get one more attack. That's only on the first turn.
Correct.
Okay, and again, you can give him the command to attack, but he decides who to attack.
Isn't he already in combat with 1?
Yeah, but 1 is down, so I'm not...
Oh, 1 is down. Okay, I didn't realize that we didn't mark that. So, yeah, okay, attack, I say.
Yeah, so he just moves forward and attacks the next one in line. Oh, the vampire spawn is now grappled and takes an extra 1d6 piercing damage as the Iron Defender latches on. Oh, that was wrong damage, but whatever.
Who cast the Fairy Fire last time?
The Bard, I think. Lorithir.
Okay, so I am grappled, right? And to get out of being grappled, that takes an action.
Yes.
And I can't remember, does that action, can it be either an athletics or an acrobatics check? Can I try to squirm my way out, or can I, my only option is to... Okay.
Yeah. Wait. No, it's a grapple. So, yeah, you can do strength or dex. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you go to your character sheet, you'll see break grapple. You just double click that.
Got it.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Are the torches in the room, if I extinguish one of them, will that make part of the room darker?
Yes.
Though I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah, it makes it dark for everyone.
You successfully break free from the grapple of Soggy.
Okay, I slide through his arms, make myself small, slide through his arms, and then as a bonus action, I will disengage. And I'm going to book it.
Consider yourself
Soggy
booked.
just hisses as you just break from the grapple.
And let's see. So that's action and bonus action and movement. So I think that's my turn.
Vampire Spawn 5, already flanking Quillan, decides to just take advantage of that and try to grab him. Well, he's not going to waste that. Quillan, you managed to successfully maintain your concentration as the vampire spawn slams into you. Oh wait, no, you don't maintain your concentration. The difficulty class for that would have been 2437. So,
And why is it that it's that way?
Because I had to do 3 separate ones. It won't let you just do a ×3 one like that. So, you lose your spirit shroud and are no longer having your glowing pike as the vampire spawn claws into you, ripping a huge chunk of your already rotting flesh away. This has the added effect of taking away any of the vampire spawn who are unable to regenerate because of your previous attacks on them are now able to regenerate again.
Ow.
And that is my first attack. Now I attack you again. And then I just grapple you. Vampire Spawn 4 was frightened, but the Iron Defender attacked him and dealt damage, and so now that broke his frightened, and he is going to try to grab Quillan.
I respectfully request that you control your account.
Quillan, you are getting absolutely beat up by these vampire kobolds. And Vampire Spawn number 2, already having you grabbed, tries to bite you again. Draining your blood even further, you feel death closing in around you. And then I hit you with my claws. Or I don't. And it is your turn.
Time to turn the faithless. Never mind.
Oh no. You go to pray to your ancient gods and spirits of the earth, and you just feel the vampire kobolds biting you and clawing at you, and you can't concentrate enough for it to really, have the effect. Nova.
Okay, I am going. Hot damn, this tough situation. All right, I'm gonna go to Quolon. He's not in good shape, is he?
No, he is on death's door.
All right, I go to him. Cure wounds level 5.
All right. He is now moderately wounded as you put your hands on him and restore a good part of his vitality once again.
Okay. See. I've used my movement action, probably not all the way though. I used my standard action and my spell. Wonder if there's anything else that I can do right now to help him out. No, there really isn't anything. So I will back him up, but I'm gonna have to wait here. At my turn.
All right. Vampire Spawn 1 continues to contort and writhe. All right. This guy is frightened. I don't know. Oh, that's why, because he's there. He is the guy who ran. So I just, yeah, I'm gone. Bye bye. You guys can't see me, right? Oh no, there. Now you can't see me. All right, I'm gone. Soggy is going to attack Lothar.
I shall drink you and drink you.
And that is unarmed strike. Hey, you reckless attacked. How come I'm not getting advantage?
I'm special.
I'm just gonna attack again, but I saw the reckless attack. What the heck?
It should be on.
Oh yeah, look at that. Reckless attack advantage expired on Lothar for some reason on my turn. That's not right.
Yeah, I clicked it. I know it.
No,
did.
no, I know. I don't know why it's saying it expired because it's in the chat right there. But you had it clicked. I saw it. It's all good. Like, I'm not accusing you of anything. You can't remove an effect. So.
Sweet. I'm just making sure I take all that damage.
Well, not really, because he's gonna grab you instead.
Maybe because it's missing a colon.
It actually isn't, but That is funny. So, anyway, he grabs you, and with his third and final attack, he tries to bite you.
Must drink, must feed thirst.
So am I grappled?
You are grappled.
So I have to break grapple?
Yes.
Well, you don't have to. Being grappled just means you can't move. You can still attack and do other things.
I can still attack?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
you just have movement 0 while grappled.
Okay. That's fine.
Yes, you can still attack while grappled. I have seen some horrible things happen.
Do I need to reckless attack again? Or did it...
If you want advantage, yes. I also, just that you guys are aware, if a creature has you grappled, they get advantage on subsequent attacks against you.
If you get attacked, you get is that revert? Is that like vice versa too?
If you grapple them, yeah.
Okay, so if I'm grappled and then I declare to counter grapple, like we're now counter grappling, does that like we're both getting attacks at advantage on each other?
Yeah.
Cool.
So if I break grapple, that's my whole action.
That's your standard action, correct?
Well, if I reckless attack, he's going to get advantage on me anyway, so there's no point.
But he's going to get advantage because he's grappling you. So if you reckless attack, you at least get advantage. You can balance it that way.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No matter what happens. Yeah.
Then yes, then you had the correct logic.
My logic was there's no reason not to reckless attack.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly, but yeah, that's correct.
It's the barbarian way.
Anna, would you please open the door for me?
Yeah.
This is the way.
And guilt.
This is the way intensifies. No, 19.
So I get to re-roll that, I think?
You do. Hold on. Let me take that damage away from the wet one. All right.
Came in handy.
Now go ahead and re-roll that. Hey.
That's a good re-roll.
That's almost as good as it gets.
And that will be
Hey.
I can't do any bonus action to try and break free or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Are Soggy's minions dampier?
That is hilarious.
Okay.
Terrible pun. I'm sorry.
Be a lot of trouble.
I'd like to use my free interaction action to put out the torch next to me.
Okay. Give me one moment. I have to go into the lighting here, but boom and.
I'm curious. What's your plan here?
You shall see. Is this darkness in the back corner? Oh, and when that torch is out, we'll find out.
Yeah, it's out now.
Oh, okay. Is this darkness in the back corner here?
Let me see.
I'm trying to find a patch of darkness to move into.
Yeah,
You know vampires can see in the dark, right?
I am not entirely sure if there is any darkness there or not. Let me turn this on. No, there's no darkness in the room just yet. There's enough light from everything else.
Is it daylight outside still?
No, it is dark outside.
So if I move outside through the hole, can I then shoot to the inside from darkness?
Well, it's not going to be darkness. It's going to be dim light, but...
I mean, is it dark out? Where is there any darkness out?
No, it's the daytime, but there's storm clouds.
I don't know if it was daytime or nighttime. I said, is it daylight out?
Right. It's not daylight. There's storm clouds.
But, okay.
But
understood.
It is daytime, so it's like dim light.
Understood. I thought it was... okay, no problem then. I will simply continue on with my regular actions then. Actually, I will cast Fairy Fire. Now, how do I do that? Do I have to draw a box around them and select them all? Is that correct?
Well, whoever you're casting it on, I don't know if Fairy Fire is targeted or not. I have to read it.
It's a 20-foot. It's within 60 feet, and it's a 20-foot square, and I want to hit the 3 vampires.
Yeah, it's any creature. So, yep, you just have to fill a 20-foot cube. So, any 20-foot cube. So, right here, you can get all 3 vampires and not get your Iron Defender, but you have to get everybody else.
And that does affect allies.
Correct. So just go ahead and control left click on each token in there, or you can go up to the top where it says target mode and select a, square of targets. And then the vampire spawn 4 and 2. Oh, no, 4 again. There you go, and 2. All right, now you have everybody targeted. Go ahead and roll the dice to click the save. And then click the effect. It'll automatically apply to everybody who failed. Also, only click it once. That clicked it twice. But it's okay. It's same. So Quillan, vampire spawn number 1 who's on the ground, and vampire spawn number 5 all begin to glow with an eerie light.
And then I will have...
You were going to say something?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble with my...
Is it him breaking up, or like all of a sudden?
Can you all hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Can I tell my Iron Defender who to attack, or do you have to choose that?
No, I choose that. You can give it a simple command: move, attack, defend, stuff like that.
Okay, I'll have it defend then.
All right, it defends.
Useless. Okay, and then that's all I can do for my action. That's all I can do.
Lorelei.
I will duck around the corner of the door and attempt to hide.
Yep. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess that'll do.
Johnny, the stack right here, real hot.
Sage. All right. Sage.
Gotcha. I keep forgetting when I'm muted. Sometimes I go to talk and I'm muted. Sometimes I try to. No, sometimes I think I'm muted and I'm not.
Sorry. I know. you're a good guy who tries to do it, so I make an exception for you. But just letting you know when we hear it, we're gonna let you know.
With a brief prayer to the god of forests, I lean back around the corner and let my arrow fly at Soggy.
All right. You strike the vampire. He is heavily wounded as your magical arrow sticks into him.
And that's the end of my turn.
I am going to... drink Quillan's blood, yeah.
Must feed, must drink.
This is the vampire spawn, not Soggy.
Oh, right, sorry.
That's okay. You don't have to be sorry, Hazard. I love your enthusiasm. I'm just letting you know it was the other guy. All right.
That's fair to say.
He drains Quillan of his blood even further, and Quillan, even though you've been healed, the constant draining is like starting to get to you. Vampire spawn number 4 is gonna move over to here. And drain Quillan's blood some more.
So the Iron Defender gets no tax of opportunity?
He didn't move out of his threatened
zone. Oh, okay. I thought it was number 1. Sorry, right on.
Quillan manages to defend himself as this kobold tries desperately to bite into him, but his armor and defenses protect him. This kobold manages to drain some more of your life and strike you with his claws. Quillan, you're once again not feeling so well.
Okay, let's see. It's time! It's time! What's it time for? Moonbeam!
As your beam of light shines down on the vampires,
As I sort of hold my pike up to the skies and summon a full moon to blast these two vampire spawns. That's what was trying to be said here, right?
Sure.
And continue on.
Well, is there anything else you're going to do?
That'll be all. That's what my focus will be. It'll be summoning the moonbeam.
Sage, it is Nova's turn.
Alrighty. Okay, so I gotta do something because I'm not gonna be able.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You are surrounded too now. You and Quillan are both surrounded.
All right. So I guess I'm going with. This is gonna be a tough one. So I got 3 out of 5 the last time I did this turn on bid attempt. So chances might be in my favor, but I don't know. Darn, this is a tough one. See, I can go and do I could try to ungrapple them, but then I'll just grapple them again.
And there's 3 of them that have him grappled right now, so you could only break one of them.
Do you have a spell that could teleport him? Because that would do the trick.
I don't have those level of spells yet.
Gotcha.
I am thinking going. Fuck it, Dawn. I cast Dawn.
Okay.
And then I said, it would be an advantage. That's the good.
Okay, the light of dawn shines down on a location you specify within range. Until the spell ends, a 30-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder of bright light glimmers there. This light is sunlight. Each creature in it must make a Constitution saving throw, 4d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Okay.
Now, I have read of this spell being used on Strahd von Zarevich. Zarevich, excuse me. Now, if I am not mistaken, not only does like all the damage stuff, that just happens anyway. But considering that it is now, these vampires are now under the actual sunlight, there should be worsening effects to them. Like if we stay in here, we will definitely get all roasted from the spell I've cast in general. But if I'm not mistaken, these vampires should be like way hurting.
Alright, so that's a 30-foot radius. And so you want to cast it on what? Everything? All of you?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Okay.
And like I said, very clearly stated, it would be within the best interest of everyone to leave this area.
Oh, what? It won't let me just target everybody? Okay.
Why are you targeting me?
It's an everybody spell, but it will essentially incinerate them instantly. And I can also turn it off whenever I want. Trust me, there will be roleplay consequences for you guys getting hurt. This is an AoE spell, like Fireball.
Oh, I'm aware. I just don't know why I'm in it.
Because you're standing in its radius. Like, if you threw Fireball on the ground, you'd be in its radius.
But I don't need to be in the radius. And you can still get everybody else and all the vampires.
Okay, so let me try again, because since I'm not looking at the map, I can't.
No, it's okay. No, it's totally cool. Let's role play it out.
I want to harm.
I'm cool with it. No, play it out.
If it's within, if it's capable, right? Like if it's possible, I will try. I want to have like this effect as like the least amount of my allies as possible.
No, it's.
I'm cool with it.
It's not possible. He's mistaken. I know what you're saying about like if he would have centered it just off like that, but you're either opening up Dawn in this room or you're not. Like,
cool by me.
Yeah, like it's a huge radius. It's bigger than a Fireball.
Oh, I get it's cool by me.
No, it's on the map. He can see it, and he's not entirely wrong. But here's the thing. See how that's past the wall now? You know, that's why it's got to be more like this. And so even if it's on the edge, it's like still going to get you there.
Okay.
And the vampire spawn curls up and dies.
Is that one of them or all of them?
One of them. And Soggy tries to drink Lothar's blood.
Did that not get all of them? Like, these are vampires in sunlight. On top of the damage.
What do you mean, did that not get all? It did get them, yes.
Well, I mean, so there's the effects of the spell, meaning the damage that it would normally apply. Like, let's say if we were in a room full of constructs, right? It would just be the damage according to what the spell is. However, this isn't the spell sunlight, which I'm making light. This is actual sunlight. And they're vampires. So they're vampires in actual sunlight. Does anything happen as a result of that?
Well, yeah, they're going to take the damage each round. But they don't take additional.
Is there nothing?
They don't take additional damage.
Okay, is there nothing? Because I'm not looking at any kind of monster manual or anything like that. Don't vampires take damage when they're in the sun? Like just for being in the sun?
That is a very controversial subject. Here's the thing. Vampire powers and weaknesses, like, just because the book says that running water stops a vampire doesn't mean that you can turn on a faucet and shut down the NPC BBEG.
Well, of course not. But this isn't running wrong. This is like, you know, the epitome of all of like the worst possible thing that can happen to a vampire. You know, the reason they stay out of the sun is because it's the sun. They burn up. So I mean, it's not like I'm walking up to them with a cross or throwing garlic at them. You know, I'm not like trying to point a mirror at them and see if they freak out. There's none of that nonsense.
I know what you're saying, and you're not wrong that like having the sun on them is bad, but at the end of the day, no, they do not take extra damage from the sun on top of everything else.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that was the case because like essentially reading about the spell, like generally across the board, it's been nicknamed the fuck Strahd spell.
Well, honestly, like I don't want to get into it too much, but like I think there's a lot of DMs who don't have a lot of experience in like running vampires and making them actually challenging and letting either poorly worded or bad combinations to just completely throw off what would have been a fun encounter if they would have just not allowed that to happen.
Alright, well, what you say goes. Not much else I can do, so I think that's going to be my turn. Or in the very least, I try to make my way out the door.
It does have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks still, but the extra 20 radiant damage, I mean, isn't that the point of the damage that it's taking 4d10 damage every start of its round? Isn't that like the point of the sunlight is what it's doing? Is that it's so intense that it's burning everything?
I think I can solve this by asking a relatively simple question. Does the sun harm vampires in this world?
Not all vampires, no.
Okay. So how are these vampire spawn working?
Vampire spawn specifically are the ones that do not take the sunlight damage. Vampires tend to be more vulnerable to it.
Alrighty. Well, aside from that, I think I'm gonna try to make my way towards whatever can shield me from the sunlight.
You're going to leave the circle? I thought your turn was over.
Well, I mean, I can't just stand here. I mean, like,
you're gonna
hurt everybody.
You're gonna get attacked if you try to leave.
Well, by all means. I mean, better than them just pouncing on koala the whole time.
All right. So yeah, you.
I'm thinking of a heroic figure.
You move back out of the circle to there, and then I take the thing off of you, and then that is Soggy's turn.
What is the thing off of you? What is the thing?
What effect do I have on me?
That is the damage from the. Oh wait, no, I don't know. What effect are you talking about? You don't have
the circle thing. Is that hurting me or?
Sunlight should be hitting and hurting everyone in it.
Oh yeah, the circle thing. That's the sunlight burning down on everybody.
See, that's the only reason I even asked about like whether or not the vampires would take any additional damage, because it's like the spell just does damage anyway.
So if I stay in it, I'm gonna take damage.
Yes.
Basically. Okay. So I have to break my grapple. I'll try to break my grapple.
My apologies. I thought this would just kind of end the encounter, kind of like just all right. Well, you're dead.
Okay.
But I didn't.
And I can move. And I can move out of it after I break.
Yes, but remember, you only have 20 feet of movement.
Yeah, I'll move there. Does he get an opportunity attack?
Yes. And where is the damage? Why is that not on you? It says it's on you, and then it's... Okay, whatever. I'm gonna just apply that again. And Soggy attacks you.
I'm mastering!
Yep, nope, he grabs you. You're stuck.
Wait, I broke my grapple and I ran.
No, he then attacked you and grabbed you.
Okay.
So your movement was reduced to 0. Renwick.
Okay, I'm definitely going to back the hell up. And then I'm going to shoot at Vampire Spawn 5. So to do that, I need to select him. Did I select him properly? Hello?
I can't tell right now. I'm working on something that won't let me see that.
Okay. Well, I think I selected him. And I have advantage on him as well because he has Fairy Fire on him, correct?
Who?
Vampire number 5, I believe, has...
If you hover over them, it'll show you the effects that they have on them.
Yeah, it's underneath him. It says Fairy Fire.
Then it has Fairy Fire.
It cannot be invisible. Yeah, so then I'll get advantage, correct?
You do also have Quillan targeted, so you might want to clear your targets and then target Vampire again.
Thank you. And now I got him. I would have advantage from Fairy Fire, but I also have Elven Accuracy, which would make it 3 dice. And am I doing this correctly, sir?
I'm not able to tell right now.
Okay, let me know when you're available. I'm happy to wait.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I'm not able to tell because I don't know if you've, you know.
Oh, okay. I'll see what happens. Let's give it a shot. Anything else I need to put on him? Oh, I'm going to try my sneak attack. I have advantage. I'll do sneak attack. So, and then
well,
try and shoot it.
You shouldn't apply the damage things until you do the attack.
Okay, now can I remove that then?
No, you just go forward with the attack.
Okay.
All right, you hit.
All right. Damage?
Yep.
Oh, worked that time. Great. And now the second shot.
Now you will apply different damages again, but right now everything should be fine because you don't get sneak attack again.
Understood. Good enough.
And that vampire drops to the ground after being shot. It spins.
Blam, blam!
It spins around off of Quillan and hits the ground. And then hold on 1 second. Don't end your turn. I have to take this off of you because you're not in the circle. Okay. And then whenever your turn is over. Renwick?
Oh, I'm asking, can I ask the dog to move out of the sunlight?
Yeah, you can command him to come.
Yep. Okay. Come.
And then as you do, he does, except for now Vampire 4 attacks him.
Can't he take a disengage?
He might be able to. It's unknown whether or not he would be able to follow that as a command, but you told him to come, so
the vampire's going to attacks at disadvantage, correct?
Correct. Yes, he has the disadvantage on attacks. So
yeah, because that
and ability checks and all of that. So yeah. All right. So he attacks. Why didn't that roll with disadvantage? Oh, and he does miss, so the Iron Defender just comes to you, no problem. Lorathir?
I will hide.
Wow.
And then take a shot
hey,
at...
my Bluetooth headset just like disconnected for a second. Did anything of significance take place?
No.
Cool. Everything went dead silent for him. What?
Lorathir's just taking his turn.
And then as the arrow leaves my bow and I see that it's... you know that feeling when you shoot the shot and as the ball leaves your hands, you know it's going in?
Yes.
That's the feeling in my hands as the arrow leaves my bow, and I whisper under my breath, "I'm sorry, my friend," as the arrow finds Soggy, slams him to the ground.
Yes. And it is bittersweet because as your arrow hits Soggy and the sunlight burns down into all of them, he does take more damage, and you see the mist that he forms into start to burn away and turn into ashes. the rest of his vampire spawn fall dead instantly.
May I attempt something?
Yes, what?
I'd like to pull out the Sun Gem and bring it as close to near Soggy as I can, and command him to return to the living. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but I'm still...
Well, it's mist. He's a vampire, so when he's reduced to 0, he turns to mist.
Not in sunlight. Vampire cannot shapeshift in sunlight.
Not in sunlight?
Nope. They lose. Sunlight is
let me double check that one, because
that's what I'm like. That's what I was saying before. You know?
I thought they just turned into mist like anytime they went to 0. When it drops to 0, transforms into a cloud of mist. If it can't transform, it is destroyed. Oh. And then sunlight. It says that the vampire takes 20 radiant damage when it starts its turn in sunlight. It's not saying that it can't transform in sunlight. Let me just double check that, though. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that says. That's weird.
Oh yeah, Soggy was taking damage, not the spawn, correct?
Yeah, Soggy. That's weird. It doesn't specify if it can't transform, like what the conditions for that would be. So
that's weird, because I mean, again, that may be a Curse of Strahd thing.
Oh, if provided that it isn't in sunlight or running water. Now, running water, again, that is not one I go with. Sunlight, absolutely. And so, unfortunately, because he was reduced to 0 hit points in sunlight, instead of being able to transform into mist, the mist burns away into ash, and Soggy is destroyed.
Okay. At the end of combat? Hello? Is initiative still going?
Well, it's not initiative per se, but what it is your turn, but what are you,
Oh, I'm going to use Divine Intervention.
Okay.
Try to revive, using the Sun Gem in my hand, I'm going to use my class ability, Divine Intervention, though very unlikely. I only have 10% chance. I'm going to use Divine Intervention, try to use True Resurrection on Soggy.
Okay. So let me just roll. Divine.
Has to be 10% or lower.
Yeah. Divine Intervention here.
You roll a 1D. You roll a D100. If I roll 10 or less, or my level or less, excuse me, then what happens is I succeed. So long as, essentially, I'm asking, I can do one of two things. Cast any spell without cost within the Cleric spellbook, or ask a specific request from my deity, and it will be done so long as it does not fall outside of, like, generally the alignment or the deity's dog. So, like, I worship Paylor, so I can't, like, ask Paylor to turn, I can't ask Paylor to ask, to turn No Min into a vampire. You know, like, that'd be something he'd tell me to go to hell for.
Right. No, I get where you're coming from 100% with that. As your angelic wings wrap around the ashes that were Soggy, you pray to Paylor, wrapping your light around them. You reach out to your god, seeking any sign of his, love and compassion, and finding none, you face the cold, stark void of the possibility that perhaps Paylor is not listening or not able to hear you. And as that reality sinks in, and the reality that Soggy is gone forever sinks in, we draw to a close for this session of Heroes Wanted.
All right.
Thanks so much for everything, guys. I gotta go. Thanks again for a great game, GM.
Yep. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.
Good gaming.